Welcome to World Area Studies Week 19. If you are at Outdoor Lab, I hope you're having a good time. You probably won't see this video until the weekend. If you're not at Outdoor Lab, just continue working on missing work or the final project. You can find that by going to Course Content, Unit 3, Week 19, reading this page, and then it will take you back to Week 18. Where you can look through the final project. If you were at Outdoor Lab last week, then this would be a good time to go back and look through that. So just some things to keep in mind. Your project should have a minimum of 10 facts. So that depending on how you're doing your project, you might have 10 spaces on a board game, or 10 different style Pokemon cards, or 10 slides, or 10 sentences in the body paragraph of an essay. You're going to need some color and pictures to help make this exciting. So use at least 5 pictures in your project. If you're doing something like a child book story, you'll probably have more than 5 because you need 10 pages. If you're doing a story or a comic, you'll need 10 squares. You need to share it however you create it so that we can put it together and look at it next week as a class. You'll need to submit 4 of your notes for me, the source interpretations, but you should probably take notes on all of your sources so that you can create a quality project. And then you'll need to also turn in the chart that has your sources listed. You should have turned that in last week if you weren't at Outdoor Lab. Okay, so don't forget to look at the rubric because this is how you will be graded. Let's take a look at what some of those things are. So remember, using your sources was this. So you need to use, this was the sheet that I showed you the example 2 weeks ago. So you need to fill in what your issue is, immigration, pollution, whatever your issue is. Talk about the source, like list the site, and then answer these different questions based on your source. And then you'll turn it in here. Then you'll come to the next page and you'll do it again. Here's another blank one for you to open. Don't forget to change the title of this to like source number 1, source number 2, and so on. Then after you've turned in your 4 sources, you should also have, let's look back at week 17, you should have your source page turned in. So here was my example. Remember, these were the sources, the type of source. This was the title of my source, the author of my source, the date my source was created, a website. So I did that for several different sources. You need to find some sources that go along with yours. See if you can find a movie, a song, a game, maybe a museum that covers your topic. There's lots of museums out there in the world. A photo would be a good source. So try and fill that in. And then yours is, here's the blank one. So fill yours in. You can use other primary sources, which would be like a photo from whatever you're talking about, and other could be primary or secondary. Then if you didn't get that submitted last week, here would be a good place to submit that now. Week 18, going back to week 18, your final submission. So this is where you can see the rubric again and where you will submit your final project. So if you're doing a PowerPoint presentation, submit it here. Remember, I'm looking for both content and creativity. You need 10 facts and 5 pictures. Your product should be something that you are proud of because you're going to share this with the class. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. Don't forget, you can always see the timeline of events up here. This week you should be finishing your project and getting any missing work you have turned in. I hope you have a great week. If you need me, please email or text me or Schoology message me.